I like to study the writings of Wilhelm Reich because when he talks about the psychology that's associated with freedom as opposed to fascism, like in his book, he's written a book called The Mass Psychology of Fascism, where he talks about these patriarchal concepts and how they've destroyed human from the inside out by forcing these beliefs on humans that are contrary to nature. And, of course, when he did that, well, he wrote several books. One's called The Mass Psychology of Fascism, then there's one that's called the Sexual Revolution. And, I mean, he talks about cultures that are in the world that don't have these laws, and as opposed to the ones that do. Because remember, the 10 Commandments are also like the 12 negative acts of Egypt, and they're like the laws of Hammurabi of Mesopotamia. So we have a pretty good idea of what happens when people try to observe these laws. And so when I say that mushrooms are at the roots of these religions, it doesn't say that these people are using mushrooms, because I don't think they are, and they haven't been for a long time, and probably never have. They just took all the ideas and concepts and changed the meaning of them. So in other words, I definitely don't agree with the fundamentalist Christian concept that we're going to have to conquer and destroy everybody and force everybody to all be Christians. Neither do I believe in the Islamic concept that we have to conquer everybody and make everybody a Muslim. But these are all parts of the same religious structure. And even though they have the mushrooms at the base of it, I think that it's been stolen, been usurped, just like the caduceus was usurped by the medical establishment, and says, we have the drugs and we tell you what drugs to do. You don't do them yourself. You don't know what they are. You stay away from the knowledge of what they are, because we're the ones that have the symbol. We are authorized to hold this symbol, the caduceus, the knowledge for drugs, and you're not. So the Pharmacratic Inquisition goes directly in line with the sexual repression of the world. Now, of course, when Wilhelm Reich wrote these books, what happened to him was back in the 50s, he was arrested. They arrested him for being a quack, for practicing quackery, because he was a psychiatrist telling people that, that it's the laws against sex that have screwed everybody all up. And they threw him in jail, threw him in prison, where he was only in there for a few weeks, and then he died of a heart attack. But they saw fit to take all of his books. They confiscated all of his books from the libraries, confiscated all of his books from the bookstores, shipped them all up to New York, where they burned them in the incinerators. Now, this is in the 50s in the United States. We think we have freedom of speech here. Well, I'm sorry, but we have freedom of speech as long as we're saying the right thing.
Yeah, and we have freedom of speech as long as you're not heard. And it seems that that's what they certainly wanted for Wilhelm Reich. Hey, darling, this hour, of course, has flown by. Give us, again, your website and the title of your new book and when we expect to see it.
Okay, well, the original book that's out right now is called Mushrooms and Mankind, and you can find a lot of it on the web if you just type in Mushrooms and Mankind to any website. But my website is jamesarthur.net, and the new book, which is coming out this year, there's actually two books. One's called Mushrooms, Ayahuasca, and DMT, the Keys to the Doorways of Eternity, and that deals with a whole bunch of other similar stuff, but different also.
Yes.
And then the book about Christmas will be called Hidden Mysteries of Christmas, an unveiling of mushrooms, magic, and astrotheology influencing Christmas customs and traditions.
Fantastic, James. Want to thank you so much for joining us here on this holiday special, a look at the origins of Christmas. And want to thank you for all your amazing research. And can't wait to talk to you about your book on DMT, ayahuasca. That sounds amazing. So will you come back and talk with us about that?
Certainly.
Fantastic, sir. Hey, well, look, have a great holiday season, and we will see you very soon. And, darlings, stay tuned for the second hour. We're going back into a political genre because I tell you, like Dick Gregory said, recess is over. We got to get busy. So we're going to be talking with Sherman Skolnick about counterfeit money in the United States. Stay tuned.